The team wanted to create a thread that wove through the entire exhibition, one that would lead visitors from one dome to the next.
So one of the things we wanted to achieve was something that pulls the exhibition together, and it's called the Thread of Us. It's a fabric structure that shows all the hopes and dreams of Singaporeans for the future, so that the visitors can be emotionally attached and inspired by the exhibition.
Segway to version 2. But then maybe it's just gonna just flip it around, and then something else.
We were approached by the Singapore Future Exhibition project team as well as PICO to actually develop a piece of video, for the Theatre of Generation. But this one is a bit unique because first of all, it's a 360 dome. And it will be very much, I would say, post-intensive, because you got to stitch up all the pictures, and we also got to plan how the storytelling can be very effective in a 360 environment.
So far, based on research, nobody had done a narrative dome video before. So it's a big challenge for us because we need to make sure that the video is experiential and make sure that people can really immerse into the dome video itself. Basically, I think the challenges that we have is the resolution, because it's 5 panels of videos, and 5 panels will stitch up into one dome video itself. So every panel is about 3K. Lowest you can go is 1.5K resolution pixel. We're talking about pixel here. This video itself is about 7 minutes. So if you talk about 7 minutes on a traditional straightforward video, you need to render it out. It'll take you about maybe an hour, or maybe 30 minutes or 15 minutes. But for this video itself, it's 7 minutes. It took us about 48 hours to render.
Yeah. So any small little changes that's required,
yeah,
when they do a full render, we only see it 2 days later.
Yeah. Not only 2 days later, 2 days later in the dome itself.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing, because we cannot preview it here.
Play it here.
Yeah.
The challenges of the film proved to be not just technical. The filmmakers also had to deal with a new set of creative rules in telling the story of how the spirit of 4 characters in 1965 had gone on to inspire the dreams of their grandchildren in 2030.
The aesthetic is totally different. So for a filmmaker, our craft to tell a story, when we want the audience to, hey, take a look at this, we cut to a close-up. Take a look at that, we'll pan towards there, and we want to inflict a shock, maybe we'll cut to something different. But when it comes to a 360 dome experience, we can't use any of that craft at all. So we have to find a new way to tell a story. So we ask ourselves, how can we still build a story? It's actually quite a complex story because we intercut between different generations. How do we intercut all these things together without a single edit? We want to tell a message to our audience. This message is, the future is not set. And if they have hopes and dreams, it's up to them to take action. And with action, everything is possible.
Okay, if you have a spear, then you will need only a single.
Unlike a lot of exhibitions that I have done, which are educational, some even bordering on instructional, it's almost telling you to have a certain point of view. What this exhibition does is it leaves it open. So you go through the exhibition in a very immersive way.
This is the second dome of the Future of Arts exhibition. It produces a 3-minute very immersive multimedia experience that's produced by the 35-meter long LED wall and the purpose-built video mapping surface that will tell you about the macro development of the future of Singapore. This is the third dome of the Future of Us, which is called Home Tomorrow. Once you walk into this space, you will see a future cityscape that is suspended in the air. Some of the city will be suspended from the ceiling amongst all these 3-dimensional clouds, and others will sprout from the ground and go infinitely high into the sky.
The most complex dome is Dome 3, we call it the Home Tomorrow. If you walk through the entire domes in this Home Tomorrow, there's a lot of multimedia exhibits. And behind each multimedia exhibits, we have to create storyboards, script writing and everything. So can you imagine if there is more than 30 multimedia shows in one dome, how many preparation behind the scenes, filming and everything, it does into one exhibit areas.
There are 2 points to what we hope the visitor can get through. So to start with a reflection on the past and where we have come, and then to see some of the possibilities of the future. So in one of our large experiences called Home Tomorrow, that dream comes true. One of the dreams from the character, the Sky Farmer, is to be able to have Sky Farms produce what Singapore needs.
Ibu, look at this tomato.
Yes. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, isn't it
red.
fresh? Yeah.
Yes. Do you think you can eat this?
I'm not too sure about that. Why don't we ask the ask the expert?
The reason why we went into vertical farming is because of the limited amount of farmland in Singapore for farming.
现在我们在的这一个位置呢，是我们的一个大棚里面。你所看到的这个是9米的系统，它的制造是由这一个铝制的东西而制造的，所以它很耐用，而且容易保养。而整个系统呢的运作呢，完全是用水力来拉动，所以我们可以用很少的电力。比如这一个塔，它只需要用40瓦的电力，就好像一盏灯泡而已。所以我们的系统呢，主要的概念就是必须3个 reuse、renew and recycle， 这样的话我们才可以达到最好的经济效益。
There is a movement around the world to bring food production closer to the city. This will help in lowering the carbon footprint. We do not want food to travel so far from the farm to the consumer. So vertical farming is something which can be done in the peri-urban area as well as within cities.
This is the fourth dome called Blue Skies. That's when we invite every single Singaporean to cast their dreams and wishes and aspirations about the future. 20 of them of different heights. There are some that are meant for kids because this environment is built with a universal design in mind. So even visitors on wheelchair can also send. So once they completed their wishes and hit submit, the wish will be projected up there in the 6-meter screen. So there are 20 of them all together. So they will all take a cue and then they will appear randomly on this huge projection screen that we term as the Blue Skies. The workers are putting the final touches to this play space. This is a place where all the visitors will get to play alongside each other. You see a couple of swings here.
To end things on a high, the team needed to come up with something special that would both surprise and thrill the visitors.
Then as they exit the main part of the exhibition, they come across a very surprising element called the lion.
Yeah, this is a majestic lion. 4 languages,
There are no instructions at all. I think everyone loves to play. So we figured that if you put enough of these play elements, a lot of people want to try them out. And in the end, there is a major surprise to show that the future is one where you collectively work together to sustain.
Exhibition is curated for 8 minutes experience.
Okay.
So at every 8 minutes, there will be a color change to signal the first batch of the crowd to move out, as well as an audio cue.
To make sure that our exhibition run smoothly from the 1st of December onwards, we are doing stress tests with real life people here before the show open. And we have the cooperation of the Army, the police and the Civil Defense, and they have sent their people here to help us to stress test the exhibition.
Things that we're looking at would be like, for example, if there's a blackout in a dome and if there's a fire, how would we do a mass evacuation? Where would people run to? Very importantly, to just try and make sure that everybody is familiar with the operations, and if anything were to happen, we will be able to react in a very fast manner for all of this, in a very efficient manner as well.
Yeah, it's nothing like, having planned for the last 10 months, everything on paper. but now seeing it real life happening and learning also, we are also learning a lot. The lessons, you know, where to put certain signs, you know, and those are things which we are continually improving until the opening day.
So we're all excited about it, and hopefully trying to get there so that when the public views it, it's going to be as perfect as it can be.